What's up everybody, this is Todd with No Comply Fingerboards coming at you again with another tutorial. Today we're going to tackle something a little more technical for the reason that I've had a few people message me about this problem. I've experienced this problem myself, and this is a solution I found to fix it, so maybe you guys can take advantage of that. And again, you're going to need a few things, and you may not have these on hand, but if it salvages your trucks, it's well worth it. But today's tutorial is a stuck wheel on a set of Blackriver trucks. Now let me first say that, in my opinion, I don't think that there's a defect with the trucks. And what I think happens is, potentially, because these axles are removable, and from what I gather, when you pull the axle out, there's little grooves, and I believe there's equal grooves on the inside of this hole in the hanger. I think as you may pull your the axle out from time to time, it may put a groove on that edge of the axle where the wheel mounts. Could be from possibly hard landings or anything that could slightly put the wheel off kilter and put a little ding in the edge. Again, I'm not by any means saying that there's anything wrong with these trucks. As you can see, I use them myself. I love them. But the fact is that occasionally wheels will tend to get stuck on an axle on Blackriver trucks. So this is my method. I'll explain to you what you guys need, and I'll try to zoom in and show you the process. So, all right. First thing you're going to need is obviously your setup with a stuck wheel, Blackriver tool, or a mass-produced tool. You're going to need a small piece of 400 grit sandpaper and a small piece of 600 grit sandpaper, and those wonderful tools that you just can do anything with, the little tiny micro files. And the final thing you're going to need is something that I've had a long time, but you can get these off of eBay for about $10 shipped, and they come in handy for a lot of little things. But basically what it is it's a pinion and gear puller. All right, and don't let that scare you. Like I said, they're about $10 shipped off of eBay, and this one is lost a piece. Particular one is called a GWS Pinion Puller. This is the micro-sized one. GWS Grand Wing Servo is a radio control parts for airplanes outfit, but it has saved me countless times in different situations where stuff is stuck. So we'll get down to business here. What you're going to need is a few things out of this kit. You're going to need the main housing, you're going to need the screw, you're going to need the handle, and you're going to need I believe it is the middle. There's 3 different sizes of these that come with the set. You'll need the middle one. Basically all you do is you pop that down in the hole, you turn this around, you thread it in, you'll see it start to come out. See it coming out? There we go. And then you just insert your handle. There's some extra screws to hold all this junk in place. It's not really necessary. First thing we want to do is take the screw off, and if we can possibly get the axle out, it would probably be best to do that. Let's see here. I'll show you. Sorry, this is taking a little time. I'm just simply taking the axle out. Perhaps it'll come out here. Well, let me just tell you this wheel's not actually stuck, but I fixed mine already, so this is still going to show you how to get these out. All right, basically what you're going to do, I'm going to try to hold this up here and do it. You're going to take the axle and slide it right in there. That's like that. And then I can't really show you this and do it at the same time. Maybe I can. You're going to rest the wheel on there, and you could probably do this without that handle because it's probably not going to be that tight. But you want to line that little tiny thing up with the axle, and you're going to start turning. And what happens is it locks, and it starts pushing it through, and it just will push it right out. And what it does is it balances the pressure behind the wheel so you don't risk damaging the back of your wheel or anything. All right. Hopefully you guys got that. Now we got our axle off, as you can see. So what we're going to do now is, to prevent this from happening in the future, we're going to take a little tiny file, and you don't want to get too far past the area where the wheels are, and you definitely don't want to get on the threads. So what I do is I go right at the bottom of the threads, just like that, and you just want to kind of file around just a little bit, just like this. And you're spinning this in your fingers as you file, so you're not ever filing in the same spot. You see what I'm doing here? I'm rolling it. And you'll start to see a little bit of the, like me, these are used axles, so they have a little discoloration like from oils and dirts on them. You'll start to see a little bit of an area where the shine comes through, the original shine of the axle. And once you get that broken down, you're going to take your 400 grit sandpaper, and what you're going to do is you're going to wrap it around there and squeeze right on the edge, and you're going to twist and twist and twist as you squeeze. All right, trying not to squeeze down on the threads of the axle, and you're going to twist and twist and twist and twist and twist. All right, and just do it a few times. I don't know if you can see the, yep, you can see where that's clean up there. See how it's a different color than below? That's from sanding the, most of that's probably from the oil, since I've already done this. But you'll notice, oh, I dropped it. If it's stuck and you get this off, you'll probably see some little grooves or something that was hanging on to the the inside diameter of the bearing. That's what you're working to get off. So you'll see any of those inconsistencies. Next, you take your 600 and you do the same thing. Just twist, 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 and always moving it to not be in the same area. And as you can see again, the axle is shiny in that area. And again, like I said, let me stress, what you're looking for is any odd bumps, that you may see from, like I said, that could have developed from you pulling the axle in and out, or a hard landing in the bearing. It's a tight fit, but you can't, anytime that this bearing tweaks sideways, you could put a little ding in the axle. Anything's possible. You're looking to eliminate those. And what I did when I did mine is I would simply test the fit and make sure that the, let me see if I can do this here. There we go. If it slides on, you can see right there is where I've stopped doing it because it didn't go any farther. So it's a nice smooth fit. You don't want to do it too much because then you lose that consistency of how good this fits inside of the inside bearing of the the inside diameter of the bearing. But once you get you got a smooth fit, you're good to go. So next you want to reinsert your axle as such. Get your axle back in there, and just you just get it roughly centered up, and then you want to replace your wheel. And it should fit a lot better on there than it did. Obviously it was stuck before. Take your screw and screw your wheel back on, and you are good to go. Spinning wheel, and you have your, it's only got one wheel on it, but yeah, and that's it. So that's a way, because I know a lot of people have tried to pull and pry their wheels off, that if that I've talked to, that broke the tip of the axle off, actually right where the threads meet the axle itself, where the thread stops being cut. A couple people I know did that, and it's really frustrating to them. So this is something that may potentially prevent that from happening, and an easy way to get your wheel off is with this $10 tool. Like I said, I've had this for probably 15 years. They still make them, 10 bucks, give or take $1 or $2 on eBay. You can just search GWS Micro Pinion Puller, and that's all you need. So that concludes this tutorial, and I hope it's helped people who may be frustrated with a stuck wheel. I just got an email from someone today about that actually, and I told them that was going to actually be my next tutorial. So hopefully they can watch this and help them out. And again, I'm not, I just want to stress that I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with Blackriver trucks, but for whatever reason, wheels tend to get stuck on there, quite a few times, and I'm just merely providing the information of what worked for me to solve my problem and save my axles without breaking them trying to get them off. So let me give you a quick recap one more time. You're going to need the GWS Pinion Puller, the micro-sized one. Comes in this nice little case. Of course, your board with your stuck wheel on your Blackriver trucks. Blackriver Tool. A flat or the thinnest width file. If you have one of these little micro files and you buy a set or something, you want those. 400 grit sandpaper and 600 grit sandpaper. And these here, your local hardware store could have them. Some of these you can find in other colors. I find that the black works the best for stuff like this. It's like actually a wet sanding paper, but it works a lot better. And most times they're just going to have black, but you may run across brown grit of this or like gray. But that's it. So if anybody's getting questions or comments, write down at the bottom, and I'll do my best to get those answered to help you guys out with any questions relating to fixing your stuck wheel. Likewise, this could work for other trucks as well. If you get some reason, you get like a wheel stuck on a mass-produced truck, the China wides, or even a set of Y trucks. Anything's possible. Again, this is just a way to help you avoid those headaches, and it should work the same, even if you can't get the axle out. Like Y trucks or close-up trucks, the axles are fixed inside of the hanger. This will still work because, let me show you one time, even with this wheel on, it will, if you can get enough meat behind there for your in between the hanger and the wheel, it'll still work. So it's not, the important thing is just being able to get that centered so the pin coming down is in the center of the axle. Has to be centered to work. So, alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll be back either next week or in another week with another tutorial of useful information for the fingerboarders out there. I appreciate the support. NoComplyFingerboards.com, HomewoodFB.com. Until next time.